What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video today talking about your front heel and how it's actually supposed to move in your golf swing. A lot of you guys mess it up. Let's check it out right now. Okay, so whether you are a long driver and are looking to lift your heel for more distance, whether you're a golfer and also trying to do the same thing, or whether you use your left heel as more so a timing piece or trying to get more turn in your backswing, this is the video for you to correct up how that front heel is actually supposed to move, because a lot of people make a big mistake. When implementing a left heel raise, and I'm gonna probably say left heel a bunch, I'm talking about your front heel for you lefties out there. It goes back and forth between front and left. You just gotta deal with it. So whenever your front heel raises, what happens is you're essentially trying to create more pelvic turn. When your heel is stuck to the ground, you're limited on how far back you can actually go. So this is as far back as my pelvis can turn right now with my heel staying on the ground. If I lift my heel up, well, now you can see how much more turn I got. That's how you can increase your range of motion. That's how you can get a bigger backswing, which can then generate more speed if everything else is done correctly. Likewise, some people, I said earlier, that they just use it as a timing piece of, it helps them to just slightly lift it up to then load into their front side, and they have great timing of that. There are a lot of PGA pros that do lift their heel very minusculely, and then there are more guys like Bubba on tour who lifts his heel a heck of a lot, but he also uses it as a timing piece and to hit the ball further. We'll talk about him a little bit later again. So let me talk about a common mistake that people make. So as I said, the goal of lifting your heel is actually to get more pelvic turn. Here's the situation. A lot of golfers I see start hitting the golf ball, they'll think, I just gotta get this heel up and as high as I can, and then I'm gonna turn, and that's what's gonna generate speed. But what happens is when I lift my heel just straight up and my knee goes straight out, I actually reduce the amount of pelvic turn I get because I'm locked up here. I can't turn. If I had my heel on the ground, I could actually turn more. So you're going backwards while trying to implement that heel raise, and that might be why you maybe swing slower or the exact same speed when you implement lifting your heel, because when you do lift your heel, like I said, you should get a lot more pelvic turn, so it should equal more speed and further drives. If it doesn't, maybe come back to see how you're using your left heel. You might be making this mistake. So we don't want your swing to look like this. We don't want your heel to be the first mover. We don't want your knee to go straight outward, because you're just limiting yourself. You're just gonna end up looking like this. I didn't get any more pelvic turn here. There was no benefit to that heel raise. All I did was lift my heel for no reason whatsoever. We want to actually lift your heel for a specific reason, and that is more pelvic turn and more distance. So let me show you how it's supposed to work. So left heel movement should actually be a byproduct of pelvic turn. I don't want you to think, lift my heel. What I do want you to think is that there's a string connecting your heel to your pelvis, or some people need to think of it as chest. I'm gonna say pelvis for the sake of this video. As if there's a string connected to that heel to this pelvis. As I turn more, my heel is just gonna casually start to coast inward and upward. You can see that my knee also starts caving inward. It's just a byproduct of this motion. As I get this motion, my heel just starts going up. Again, like a string, it's a byproduct. The more I move here, the more my heel goes up. We don't just want to jack it up as high as possible and have our knee come that way. Likewise, we don't want to just jack it up and have our knee come this way without this piece being the guiding factor. We need your pelvis to start guiding it. And as you can see, timing-wise, my heel just comes up as my pelvis rotates, just like a string is pulling it. You can sit in front of a mirror. You don't even need a golf club. You can do this hundreds of times a day to start feeling better pelvic separation and get perfect timing with that heel by just having it guide it that way and guide it back. Bringing Bubba back into the equation, I'm gonna throw on screen a video of Bubba actually flip to righty, so it's a lot easier for you guys to understand. Sorry lefties, yes, I'm even making you guys righties. We're gonna show exactly how his front heel comes off. So you can see in this position right here, where he's up at the top of his swing, you can see how much his front knee is actually caved inward and his heel is up in the air, but it's not straight up. It's going the other way to help open up that pelvis so that he can actually have a full turn and get more power generated. A side benefit of this is the more inward your heel actually goes with that knee, as a byproduct of your heel being attached to your pelvis in a string, this really encourages a wide backswing, a full backswing because the turn's coming from in here. That's raising, allowing more of this. Now you're creating an even bigger arc, which allows for more speed. If you get tangled up in this area by this is your lifting heel move, even if it caves just a little bit and it's not pulling on this, or this is not pulling on this, it's not a byproduct of it, you're gonna end up shortening it up, and likely you'll end up being in a position where you're gonna have a flat swing because this is locked up. There's not any movement that can happen here, so the only way this club can actually go back is by kicking it to the inside, which then will result in throwing it over the top when you stomp down. So everything starts your swing off on a bad note because this left heel is not moving as a byproduct from here. Attach a string to that heel, attach a string to your pelvis, turn the pelvis, heel comes up with it, knee starts caving in, be wide, and now you're in a position to have success. A proper heel raise increases your pelvic turn as well as gives you a better chance for more speed and distance. An improper heel raise actually does the exact opposite and will end up decreasing your speed. Just because your heel comes up off the ground doesn't mean you're actually doing it correctly or leading to more speed. That is it for today. I hope this helps you start implementing your left heel more correctly in your swing, giving you a chance for more success, more pelvic turn, more arc, more speed and distance. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate all the love and support. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later.